Violence is their religion, here and abroad. You're seeing it on display right in front of you, whether you've noticed or not, in Eastern Europe. So rather than trying to save the civilian population of Eastern Europe, Joe Biden is pushing for a hot war against Russia. In fact, he's already engaged in a hot war against Russia, and so are we, whether we knew it or not. New York Times just ran this headline, quote, U.S. intelligence is helping Ukraine kill Russian generals. Oh, no big deal. According to the paper, quote, the United States has provided intelligence about Russian units that's allowed Ukrainians to target and kill many of the Russian generals who've died in action in the Ukraine war, according to senior American officials. So they're bragging about it. And not just that. NBC News reports that Biden officials are also bragging about helping to shoot down a Russian transport plane carrying hundreds of Russian troops. And then tonight, sense the theme here, tonight, the administration is saying out loud that actually it helped sink a Russian warship. Now, why are they doing this? And more baffling, why are they taking credit for it in public? Why would you tell people you're doing that? There's only one reason, because you want war with Russia. Not a fake war, not a proxy war, but a real war. With thousands of American troops, trillions wasted, and many dead. That's what war is. And war against nuclear-armed countries is hard to imagine. There's never been one. There's no reason to have a war like this, or doesn't need to be a war like this. We wouldn't be having one if Joe Biden didn't want one, but Biden wants it. He's doing this on purpose. We're not imagining that. He's telling us what he's doing. We're just ignoring him. Many Democrats are telling us what they're doing. Here's Biden ally Congressman Seth Moulton of Massachusetts saying so out loud on Fox on Monday. Watch.
If they wrap this in the Senate with a Ukraine funding and a COVID funding, you guys okay with that, Congressman Moulton?
Look, I'm going to support it because it's the right thing to do for Ukraine. I mean, obviously, there's a lot of politics involved, and there will be domestic debates here at home about other policies and whatnot. But at the end of the day, we've got to realize we're at war. And we're not just at war to support the Ukrainians. We're fundamentally at war, although it's somewhat through a proxy, with Russia, and it's important that we win.
Really? We're at war. Did you know that? Did they text you to let you know? Because wars tend to escalate, and wars that are existential for one side, in which the leader of a country feels he may die if he loses, tend to escalate very quickly, obviously. Seth Moulton isn't worried. It's just important that we win, he tells us. We? Really? Who's we? And important to whom exactly? Is there anyone outside Washington who wants a real war with nuclear-armed Russia? Who exactly is Seth Moulton talking about when he says we? We were wondering, then we watched Biden. Yesterday, he traveled to Alabama, and he visited the only constituency in America that longs for war with nuclear-armed Russia, and that would be his donors. He toured a Lockheed Martin plant. And as he did, Biden boasted that we're sending so many weapons to Ukraine that mothers in the United States are naming their children after Lockheed Martin's missile systems. Watch.
They can hit targets up to 400 meters away. In fact, they've been so important. There's even a story about Ukrainian parents naming their children, not a joke, their newborn child, Javelin or Javelini, not a joke.
It's a joke. Just a little joke about weapons systems. You know, it used to be when American presidents talked about killing people, the first thing they did was make certain it was absolutely justified. We've been invaded, Pearl Harbor, 9/11. This is an entirely voluntary exercise. And the second thing they did was attach some gravity to the idea of people dying, because when people die, it's sad. They leave behind spouses and parents and siblings and children. Death is sad. Acknowledge that. They don't joke about it. Joe Biden considers that an uplifting story. Joe Biden is demented, and he's dangerous, and so are the people who work for him. That's true. Sorry to say it out loud, but it's real. This country needs sane leadership, and it needs it immediately. It cannot come too soon. Pray the midterms are fair.